What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now, Panther Nation, Pantherologists, I know you see a different background behind me, but it's because I have made some moves in my life, not only in my professional goals, but in my personal goals. I am currently right now in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, so gonna be working remotely now, got a new job. So, anyways, but that's besides the point. We are here to talk about the Sam Darnold trade. Now, I know we're going to be talking about basically my initial reactions to the trade, then some questions that you may have about the trade, and then be on the lookout. I got a couple of videos that's going to come out this week talking about, grading the trade for the Carolina Panthers for Sam Darnold. And then also, I want to talk about this week, which I have another video coming out talking about, can Carolina, basically resurrect or salvage Sam Darnold's career. But before we get into today's topic, as always, I ask that you pound that like button, show your boys some love, pound the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or, if you like Panthers or if you're an NFL fan. Then comment down below at the end of the video, let me know what you think, and click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on the new videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into this video here. Let's talk about the whole ordeal. So Carolina, obviously, I think needed to make its move at the quarterback, and did so by acquiring Sam Darnold. Now, that the talent and potential for Darnold to be a solid NFL starting quarterback are there. He just needs to be in the right situation with a coaching staff that harps on attention to detail and develops his game. So, personally, I think that this is the best fit for Darnold. All of a sudden, he's got the best running back in the league, a dynamic duo at wide receiver, and a young but promising defense to help him out. Now, Matt Rule has a track record of developing players, and offensive coordinator Joe Brady has, the innovative offense that was missing a true dual threat quarterback. But I think the asking price for Darnold was about spot on. And although Darnold's ability to be the guy, I guess you could say, is still a question mark. Now, I don't think they gave up too much for him. You keep essentially all your picks in this year's draft, and more importantly, didn't have to give up anything but a second rounder if he, works out. This deal will be a major win for the Panthers, in my opinion. Now, the Carolina Panthers, curiously have ways to upgrade from Teddy Bridgewater, which, landing Sam Darnold. Now, the Panthers traded for the third pick of the 2018 draft after earlier this offseason losing out to, obviously the Los Angeles Rams in a deal for quarterback Matthew Stafford. They also faced, the possibility of being shut out of getting one of the top quarterbacks at number 8 in this upcoming draft after, San Francisco traded with the Miami Dolphins for the number 3 pick, meaning the top 3 picks, Jaguars, Jets, and now 49ers, likely will be the signal callers. So the Panthers turned to Darnold, giving up a 6th round pick, this year, and then of course the 2nd and 4th round picks of 2022 for a quarterback that the Jets had, for all practical purposes, basically given up on him. So what does the deal mean for the Panthers? Will it turn them into a playoff contender and allow Darnold to live up to the expectations cast upon him coming out of USC? So let's examine and answer some of these questions you may have. So the first question I came up here with is, how much does the addition of Darnold improve the Panthers? This isn't Tom Brady. going to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So don't pencil in a Carolina run to the Super Bowl just yet. This is settling for the best the Panthers could get after other options disappeared. So will Darnold be better than Bridgewater, who was 0-8 last season in games in which he had the ball on the final possession with a chance to tie or win? The simple answer is the Panthers can't be much worse off, really. So from the perspective of Carolina, General Manager Scott Fitterer thinks that Darnold is an upgrade. He thinks that he's a player with good mobility and leadership whom Fitterer liked in 2018 coming out of college. So Fitterer said if Darnold turns into what he believes he can be, for this price, it's definitely worth the gamble. So note there, think about it. He said it's a gamble. So for Darnold, this means finally being surrounded by a supporting cast that can help him reach his potential, and an offensive coordinator in Joe Brady who proved with Joe Burrow at LSU he can turn a good player into a great one. So Sam Darnold's 11 passing touchdowns to Robbie Anderson are his most to any receiver. So Darnold will have no excuses after this season. Getting to play with Christian McCaffrey, arguably the best and all-purpose back in the league. He'll also have solid wide receivers in DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, who both topped at 1,000 yards receiving in 2020. Darnold is familiar with Anderson, so who was his most dangerous receiver in his first 2 seasons with the Jets. So they have a connection. The Panthers upgraded some at the tight end by signing Dan Arnold in free agency. And they're probably not finished there. With the draft, a possibility to upgrade further. The Panthers plan to discuss exercising the QB's 5th-year option with Darnold's agent per league source, which means it is likely to happen. So the Panthers must decide on Darnold's 5th-year option for 2022 by May 3rd. That would give him, in essence, 2 years to prove himself in Carolina. So this is a bigger win for Darnold than for the Panthers, who were initially looking for more of a veteran presence to make them a playoff contender this season. So if the gamble pays off, it's a win-win. So the next question I think that we need to answer here is, what does this mean for Bridgewater? Well, that his days with the Panthers are essentially over. Even though Joe Brady called him a franchise quarterback earlier, last season. Trading him, I think, is the best option. With Bridgewater set to count $23 million against the 2021 cap, but that will be a tough sell. Now, he can be released with a post-June 1 designation and save $7.9 million, but Carolina would take a $15 million hit in dead money this year, and then $5 million in 2022. So, worst case, Bridgewater will remain on the roster and offer his veteran expertise. And Fitterer didn't rule out that, but he didn't exactly endorse it, really. So, Bridgewater has always been a team player and overcame a career-threatening injury in Minnesota in 2016 to become a starter again. So if anyone can handle being a backup, he can. So the best scenario here for both parties would be for Bridgewater to restructure his deal to make him more tradable. Fitterer said that he has talked to Bridgewater and his agent, and they're all on the same page. But he didn't clearly define that page. And I quote, Fitterer said, "We're going to find the right place for him, whether it's here or someplace else." So that's quotes from Fitterer. So the next question I have to ask y'all and then give you the answer to is, how does this alter the Panthers' draft approach, essentially at number 8 overall? Well, it would be stunning if Carolina used that pick on a quarterback with Will Grier and PJ Walker also on the roster. Although Fitterer didn't rule out the Panthers, drafting a quarterback should the right player fall to them. So what this trade does is give them the flexibility to upgrade a possible offensive tackle or tight end. Two big needs. So if Oregon's Penei Sewell or Florida's Kyle Pitts falls to them, that would also give Darnold a better chance to succeed and upgrade the overall offense for the long term. And this is quotes from Fitterer. He's highly competitive. Fitterer said of Darnold, he's smart enough. I really like what he can bring to us with his ability to push the ball down the field. So if he's able to push the ball down the field, I kind of like the sound of that, instead of having Teddy check downs, back there making the signal calling. So I think it's an upgrade. I like the trade. I think that it's going to improve us exponentially. So anyways, guys, that's today's video. Pound that like button, pound the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new raw content. Like I said, be on the lookout. I'm gonna have a grading this trade, and then I have another video coming out about if the Carolina Panthers can basically salvage or resurrect Sam Darnold's career. Panther Nation, Pantherologists, y'all know what to do. Keep pounding.